All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome, one and all, to another epic episode of Model Monday Live, where you get to compete against the chat pros to see who is the fastest at turning a 2D drawing into a fully defined 3D model. Congratulations, everybody, for making it here today. You have accomplished your first major goal of the week, probably one of the most important ones, making it to today's episode of Model Monday Live. So good to see everybody in here again. Last week was a very special episode. We had some special guests from the CADclass.org crew. It was a lot of fun hanging out with them. I got to go on their live stream on Wednesday as well, so we got to do a little quid pro quo, you might say. And just a really, really good organization, good group of guys. So much fun to talk to Jake and Josh and to pick their brains. And it was pretty cool to see a live solve of a model using Fusion 360 from Jake. So hopefully we will do that again sometime in the future. I am very excited to hang out and interact with that crew again. And I want to just take a moment and say hello to everyone in the chat, of course. You guys are the best. Thanks for joining me here today. We got Rambro's Workshop, the world champion of 3D CAD speed modeling. We got Aaron C., the world champion of Model Monday Live. We got Mesa Makes, the world champion of 3D CAD instruction in California, in sunny California. We got Victor K., the world champion of 3D CAD speed modeling 2023. We got Vicky Chong, the world champion of my heart and of my household. We got Chuck LaChance is here. Long time no see, my friend. Thanks for joining us here today. PC Arduino is here. Welcome, my friend. Jim Kerberos is here. Otse is here. World champion of the TooTallToby Spring Open 2025 leaderboard. Congratulations. Good to see you here. We're just full of world champions. Guntis is here today. Hello, my friend, from Latvia, and mainly using Onshape. Nice. We love Onshape in here. And Dom Linder is here as well. Sorry, Dom, skipped over your name there. Welcome, says hello. World champion of tournament thrills, I would say. You've had some of the most exciting matches that we've ever seen in the tournament. And so I'm excited to see you become the world champion of 3D CAD speed modeling this year as well. Well, guys, let's get into it. I know why you are all here. You are here to put your skills to the test, to see if you are faster than some of these world champions. You got some tough competition today. You got the current world champion of 3D CAD speed modeling, the former world champion of 3D CAD speed modeling. You've got the world champion of Model Monday Live points earnings. And Aaron C. in the chat saying, oh, you some B-roll. I've got some good stuff cooking. Don't you worry. Oh, my friend, I am so excited. Of course, Aaron C. is referring to the Ivan exploit video, which we're going to talk about here in just a moment. So let's get into it today with our March 24th episode of Model Monday Live, CAD vs. CAD speed modeling for all of you in the chat. Now, if you enjoy CAD vs. CAD speed modeling, look no further than the upcoming TooTallToby CAD vs. CAD Tournament Spring Open 2025, speed modeling esports at its finest. And we are going to be hosting an 8-person tournament with runners from around the world using all different CAD systems. We'll talk about that a little later as well. But registration is free and open. Or should I say qualification is open and free. So good luck to anybody who wants to compete in that tournament. And today we're going to do 2 CAD speed modeling challenges for all of you here in the chat. We're going to do some updates from the world of TooTallToby, and we will do a live solve using Onshape, and of course, hang out with the best chat ever. I want to say thank you, of course. Thank you so much to all the subscribers out there. Anybody who does super thanks is open. Super chat is open. All the joiners, all the likers, all the tutorial makers, all the super chatters. I want to say thank you to anybody who does value for value, anybody who's subscribed to Practice Models Premium, all the students out there, all the people who share our content, anybody who's done comments, who's left comments on any of our videos, and of course the Discord crew. Thank you all so much. It is so good to have all of you here building out this community. And I want to also give a shout out to our friend Crispy Co. Fully Defined. He has an awesome YouTube channel, and he put up a really good video on why speed modeling makes you a better designer. So pretty cool video. Take a look. There's a link down in the description to his video. Shout out to Crispy Co. He was, I guess he was second place in the tournament last year. So our second place world champion at 3D CAD speed modeling. So shout out to Crispy Co. He's awesome. Great supporter of the community as well. And guys, if you want to support the channel, the easiest thing you can do is just hit that like button and subscribe. I'm going to go over to my monitoring system, hit that like button right now, and we'll see if we can get that like ratio to view ratio up to 1-to-1. That is always our goal. And of course, if you see me sharing anything this week, if you see me sharing anything about the tournament or about CAD versus CAD speed modeling or speed modeling on the website or anything like that, training, be sure to share and reshare. And speaking of training, guys, it's not too late. We've got an upcoming sheet metal training class, March 25th, 26th, and 27th. There's still time to sign up. If you're into SolidWorks sheet metal and you want to learn your fundamentals, well, this is a class for you. You're going to learn all about how to make sheet metal models and how to output flat patterns and how to make drawings, all kinds of good stuff. Hit up Vicky at TooTallToby.com or visit us at TooTallToby.com/training to sign up for that class. I'm just going to say it's the best sheet metal class out there. And it is live with me for 3 days this week. Join us, join us. All right, we are here for our CAD speed modeling challenges today, and I'm going to show all of you a 2D print and have you try to turn it into a 3D model, calculate the mass, and enter that mass directly into the YouTube chat. Aaron C says, Toby, I love that you finally won the hearts of those stone cold Reddit users. Nice to see your stuff not getting instantly downvoted. Yes. So we were starting to get through. It's been a war of attrition, it feels like. But we have started to get through to the Reddit users. And shout out to PCR Darwino. Thank you so much for starting the super chat train. Let's see how far we can get that train rolling. Choo choo. Thank you so much to PC Arduino, longtime supporter of the show, member of the channel, and going above and beyond and doing some super chat also. Thank you, my friend. Very much appreciated. All right, guys, the basic rules of this challenge are that you can use any 3D CAD package as long as you can input density and output mass. Make sure you use the specified precision, and the first correct answer in the chat will be declared the winner. We will ask the question once we show the drawing. Here are your standard materials. If you're here for the first time, be sure to take a screen capture of these materials. In the Discord, we talk about how to set up your materials library for Onshape and for Fusion 360 and for SolidWorks. If you're using a different CAD package, then maybe you want to make a quick tutorial and throw it up there in the Discord, and then everybody can learn from that tutorial. But you do need to make sure you use the correct material densities for these challenges. And the advanced rules are, this is meant to be fun and good-spirited. Occasionally, I will make mistakes, and the Ivan exploit is permitted, although I think you're going to have a hard time finding the Ivan exploit in this one. Yo, shout out to Jim. Jim coming in here with Jim Yu, our friend Jim Yu, another member of the channel. Thank you, Jim Yu. Going above and beyond with NOK 100. Go, go, go. Let's rumble. Yes, indeed, my friend. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Very much appreciate that super chat. NOK. Don't knock it, Aaron C. All right. Guys, let's get into this first challenge. Thank you so much, Jim Yu. Very much appreciate it. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to flip over to full screen. I'm going to show you the Norwegian crown, of course. I'm going to show you the first challenge here. You're going to grab a screen capture of it, and you are going Norwegian kroner. Kroner. So you're going to grab a screen capture of this 2D print, and you're going to try to turn it into a 3D model. And here we go, flipping over to full screen, and this Model Monday Live Challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in x.xxx grams? Wow, we are going for high precision here. High precision on this thing. This model is made out of ABS, with a unit system of MMGS. The density is 1020 kilograms per cubic meter. This is a tier 4 challenge. You'll notice that there are some Toby notes on this print that are very important. They're not just for reference, but they actually are very important. That bottom section is spherical and has a uniform wall thickness. The arms, the 3 arms that are evenly spaced at 120 degrees are solid. The side wall is not solid. Well, it is solid, but it's 0.8 wall thickness again. So the point there is that that arm is 2 millimeters wide. It's not 2 millimeters with a 0.8 millimeter wall thickness. Although in the physical part, it actually is shaped like that. It has that same wall thickness, so it's shaped kind of like a horseshoe. But we decided to solidify it because there was no more room for Toby notes on this drawing. So if you're joining us for the first time right now, what you should be doing is taking a screen capture of this 2D print, moving it over onto your second monitor, and then frantically scrambling to try to generate this 3D geometry. And if you can generate the mass of this model, what is the mass of this part in 0.xxx grams, tolerance plus or minus 0.002 grams? If you can answer it correctly in the chat and be the first person to get the correct answer, you will win 1 point on the Model Monday Live leaderboard. And you will also potentially dethrone Aaron C., who is making a run at it. Going to be potentially our first 2-year champion. 2-year champion here, potentially. So, not trying to single anybody out, but everybody's gunning for you, Aaron C. No pressure. The more pressure we put on Aaron C., the more likely somebody else will get the point here. But I'm not trying to single anybody out. All right, guys. I hope you guys had enough time there to grab that print, because we got some big news to review here. And if you are just tuning in, be sure to hit the like button on this video. I think we got 10 or 15 more people since last time we showed the call to action to hit that like button. So take a moment, hit the like button if you're just getting here. If you're scrambling to get your parts modeled, then don't worry about it. You just keep on scrambling. But if you are here for if you just got here, hit that like button. Let's get that like reach you up. Hit the subscribe button as well. Twerk Ivez says, hi, friend. Hello, my friend. Where are you watching from? What CAD system are you using? Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining us. Just found you nowadays. Thanks for the practice info. Nice. Welcome, welcome. iTurk says, perfect. All right. Sweet. We'll stick with that. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining us. All right, guys. Let's keep going here. What else we got today? We got some big news. Don't forget, your goal this week is to walk up to one coworker and whisper in their ear and say, hey, do you know about TooTallToby? You know about Model Monday Live? Check it out. It's a good time. And, of course, if you want to be like this guy, you can see this guy's got his credit card out. He's ready to make a purchase. Well, you can make a purchase by going to Practice Models Premium and signing up, using the Super Chat or the Super Thanks, or taking training with TooTallToby. Or, of course, you can visit us, TooTallToby.com/donate, where we've got a Venmo set up. We've got a PayPal set up. Wow, we've got our first answer already in the chat. This is a Tier 4 challenge, and we're already seeing the first answer. That is impressive. Wow, wow, wow. But who knows if it's right? It's got to be pretty darn accurate. What is the mass of this part to x.xxx grams? That's a pretty accurate precision. So it may be right. It may not be right. We won't find out until the end, which is actually only halfway through. Guys, we've been doing an epic podcast tour. We hung out with Jonathan from The Next Layer. We hung out with Scott from the Engineering Entrepreneur podcast. I don't think this one's been released yet, but the Next Layer podcast is out. You can visit that. You can leave a comment, hit a like, let him know that was a good time. I certainly had a good time hanging out with Jonathan on that podcast. And last week, we got to hang out with the CAD Class podcast, and I got to do another podcast at the end of the day with the crew from Pipeline Design. Pipeline Design and Engineering does custom machinery design, and I think they do the manufacturing as well. I don't want to say for sure they do the manufacturing. They might just do the design and engineering. But I'm sure they do some of the manufacturing. And it was great talking to Aaron. He's actually hosting a conference later this year called PDX, which is going to be like a engineering tips and tricks type of a conference. So definitely a great outfit to work with. And I'm hoping that I'm going to have Aaron from Pipeline Design doing some co-commentary during the tournament. So we'll see what happens. Victor K coming in, and Rambro's Workshop coming in right behind him, and Gray coming in right behind them. Wow. I am loving this action here in the chat. And guys, if you enjoy doing these 2D to 3D models, don't forget that we offer Practice Models Premium over at TooTallToby.com, where we are releasing about 10 new models every month for our premium subscribers. So 10 new challenges going from 2D to 3D, and of course, working against the clock as you're doing those challenges. Some of these challenges are even 3D printed challenges, which introduces a whole new element to what we've been doing. So be sure to check out Practice Models Premium over at TooTallToby.com if you enjoy what we're doing here. If you enjoy these 2D to 3D challenges, you can get a lot more of your fill over there at TooTallToby.com. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but we are hosting an upcoming sheet metal class. Still time to sign up for this one. TooTallToby.com/training, Vicky at TooTallToby.com. But we've also officially released our SolidWorks Zero to Hero training over at TooTallToby.thinkific.com. So if you are new to the world of CAD and you are trying to learn SolidWorks, we've got a full solution for you. So it starts with our totally free SolidWorks 30-minute quick start. Get up and running in 30 minutes so that you can at least start making some simple parts. And then when you're ready, move on to the SolidWorks 101 training, SolidWorks sketches, parts, assemblies, and drawings. Discover the power of 3D design with SolidWorks 101, the ultimate beginner-friendly training course. So check it out, SolidWorks 101, and then when you're done with that, you can take your CSWP prep course. And I strongly believe that if you take these 3 courses in a row, you can actually pass your CSWP. You could probably get CSWP certified in 1 month. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily the spirit of the Certified SolidWorks Professional exam, but man, having those credentials could maybe open up some new opportunities for you. So definitely worth considering, and check it out over at TooTallToby.com/ or TooTallToby.thinkific.com. Definitely a great solution. And if you're out there and you know somebody, maybe you work with somebody, or you guys just took on a new employee on your team, or you know somebody who's trying to learn SolidWorks, this gives them that full path. You learn lots of good fundamental stuff in the first 2 classes, and then you learn tons of advanced tips and tricks in that CSWP prep class. So it not only prepares you for a Certified SolidWorks Professional, it also gives you a lot of really good time-saving tips and tricks. I'd say in the chat, saying CSWP definitely worked for me. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys, what else is going on? Well, we already talked about the Model Money Live leaderboard. Aaron looks like he's trying to run away with it again. Who's going to dethrone him, guys? Today is your chance. We'll find out if somebody comes up with a different answer. He's already got 10 points, but we still got a lot to go before the year is over. We'll see if there's a new challenger that comes in. And, of course, the Practice Models app, we've continued to update that. We started offering the Practice Models Premium in November. We added the new Try Again feature. In December, we went through and updated the analytics tools. In January, we added some filters to make it a little bit easier to find the challenges that you're looking for. In January, we also introduced the beta build of community tutorials, which has been awesome. It's been so cool seeing everybody's tutorials in there. And then last month, we really got focused on doing multiple runs tracked per model, so that you can do the same model with different CAD systems, and doing the speed modeling leaderboard. And both of these functions are now live. So what this means is that now for our Practice Models Premium subscribers, when you go into the app here, you see a live build of the app. You can go and you can click on a model, and you can actually see in the data and analytics what you've done historically on that model. So you could run the model once using one CAD system, like ArchiCAD, and then you could come back in later and run it again using Fusion 360, and you can see if you're able to increase your time. Beyond that, we've also added the speed modeling leaderboard. So you can see here that on this very first model, there have been 3,239 people who've done at least one Practice Models challenge. 2,767 have completed this challenge. This is just a tier 1 challenge. It's the very first challenge. But you can see here that there's 3 people, TooTallToby, PC Arduino, and Jerry Smith, Chris Odom and Jerry Smith, who have finished this model in under 1 minute. And not only have finished the model in under 1 minute, but have also submitted a video of their speed run. So you can click on this video. Anybody, any user, all the users, the free users, as well as the Practice Models Premium subscribers, anybody can see the speed modeling leaderboard and can click on these videos and watch these speed runs from other users. And so this table is available in every one of our challenges, and I'm very excited to see it fill up, and I'm certainly going to be in there continuing to speed run some of these challenges, because some of them don't have any speed runs yet. This one's got some tutorials, but it doesn't have any speed runs yet. We got to change that. We got to add in some speed runs there. The other thing that we added with that update last week is we added a new tab over here that tells you the top 100 runners. So like I said, there was 2,767 people who have done this model. Well, in that list, my rank is 173. So even though I finished it in under a minute, there's still 172 people who finished it even faster than me. And so you can see here that now for each one of our challenges, we have this top 100 board. So this is definitely going to become my goal. My goal is going to be to continue to go through and continue to model every model on the entire in the entire library until all of my runs are in the top 100. I'm going to try and record myself doing a lot of these too as speed runs, so I can kind of show off my stuff here a little bit. But there we go. That is our update from the past couple of weeks, couple of months. Very excited about this update. Huge shout out to the dev team. Huge shout out to our good friend Bodie McBoatpants, our web dev extraordinaire, as well as Hooby 3D FX, who have both been working together incredibly well and really, really going through and creating some of these new enhancements that we've been waiting for, that we've been looking forward to, and that now are there. I'm so excited to see these enhancements. And guys, we got more coming out over the next few weeks. You guys are going to see even more cool functionality in the TooTallToby practice models premium subscription. So be on the lookout. Not only in the premium subscription, but for all the users, for the free users as well. We're going to be opening up some of this functionality. So very excited to see what happens next. FPV Kev in the chat just remembered you're on earlier now. Yeah, sorry. It's only, I think, for another maybe like 2 more weeks where the thing will be on one or the other. Let's see here. Aaron C saying, we crashed the website. I hope not. The YouTube hug of death. I hope we didn't crash the website. We'll see. We'll get back into it. All right. And finally, the tournament news for 2025. Here you can see that we have got the Summer Open 2025, the official dates, May 2nd, 9th, 16th, and 23rd. We've already started creating some flyers, so if you see these flyers, please share and reshare out to your network. Just hit that reshare button on your social media or repost, or, take a copy of the flyer and then send it out to your network, or print out a copy of the flyer and start handing it out at the food store. Whatever you need to do, let's get the word out. Let's try and get the best of the best from all around the world. And I'm excited to say that we already are starting to see some of the best of the best from all around the world. If we go here to tournaments, and then we go to the Spring Open, 2025 Spring Open page, look at this. I'd say coming in with a total time of 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Now, that's for 3 models. So for Model 1, under a minute. Model 2, a minute and a half. Model 3, a minute and a half. Wow, wow, wow. That is absolutely screaming. So if you want to participate in this qualification board, you can see here the qualification board is currently open. You can click in and you can see some different runs. Look at this. Metab has come in here already and done 104, 159, 139. How cool is that? So you can actually watch their videos. You can click in here on this link and you can watch the video of these runs. So very cool stuff here that we're able to get in. We're able to see, not only the qualifiers, but we're able to see some of the fastest runners. We have obfuscated some of these later times here just because we don't really want to discourage anybody if you see a time and you think to yourself like, wow, that's way too fast. So I'm kind of acting as the pace setter here at 11 minutes and 59 seconds. You can see here that I'm in 11th place and I've got 11 minutes and 59 seconds. So you're definitely going to need to get a time faster than that if you want to make it in the top 8, or at least if you want to make it above me. But I'm kind of acting as the pace car there. So the 3 challenges that you're challenged to do here are shown here on this next page. You got to create this model and come up with a mass of 2391 and show it on screen. You got to create this model, come up with a mass of 1039 and show it on screen. You got to create this model, come up with a mass of 1.379 pounds and show it on screen. And so if we go back to the leaderboard here and we click on Metab's video, you can see here that he was able to run through this and create this using SolidWorks. So you can see here this first model that he's going through and trying to create. It's this one here. Oh, no, it's this one here. So he's going through, he's trying to create this one here. Going through speed modeling it using SolidWorks. Look, guys, it doesn't even, when you're watching somebody else do it, what do we always think? Like, oh, it's not that fast, actually. We could probably do it a little bit faster than that. So we could definitely get in here and try to do this a little bit faster. So that's the cool thing about these speed runs, is that a lot of times when you see somebody else do it, your first instinct is to say like, oh, I could do it faster than that. No problem. But we're going to find out for sure as you actually try to go through and do it. You're going to find out how hard it actually is. And, learning some different shortcuts. Like here, you notice that he was able to pick all those features and the plane and then just go into his context menu and get the mirror. You know, learning those workflows is going to be what really will make or break your time. So here you see he's showing the time showing the mass 23.91, and then he's clicking on that waypoint on the stopwatch, and then he's moving on to the next model. So Mitab's doing everything right on this run, and it's awesome to see. I'll let you guys watch the full run if you want on the website there. We've got it all posted there on the website, but looking forward to seeing some of these other runs, looking forward to seeing AUDAY's run in here, looking forward to seeing the iCAD run. This is going to be a lot of fun to see some of these runners here. All right, and so tournament qualification runs are up, and the Discord is active. We have a good time in there. That's it for now. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to share and reshare. And don't forget, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but we do have the ability to host some more students for our upcoming CAD training class, sheet metal training class. So sign up for that. Still time to sign up. Guys, this first model here, what is this first model? FPV Kev, what is it? Let us know in the chat. What is this first model? It's called FPV Kev because we have been running a promotion for the past few months where if you join the channel and you join using the buy me a cup of coffee level, then we will say thank you. We will say thank you to you by giving you a personal practice model. And so FPV Kev joined the channel, and so we gave him this personal practice model. Let us know in the chat what you think this thing is. If you know what it is, if you recognize it, let us know in the chat. And thank you so much to FPV Kev for joining. And you can see here that this program started with Rich Penn and went all the way through Bob, Dom, Min Watex, Fully Defined, Aaron C, Victor K, PC Arduino, Yup, That's Me, Dan Zazo, Blue Byte Systems, Ray R, Liam P, Rigo R, Mesa Makes, SoFlo, Rando, Train Driver Rob, I like that one, Train Driver Rob, Justin Morgan, Jim U, Guntus, and now FPV Kev. So who is going to be next? We're going to find out who is going to be next. And Dom Linder putting a guess here. Drone, motor, prop, mount, prop guard. FPV Kev says, I can tell you guys. I can tell you guys for sure. So yes, that is correct. Let's see here. Boom. So you can see it's just one of four. You can it's kind of interesting how these are oriented. The arm comes off here at an angle and then actually goes into another brace that goes into the center here. This is where the tiny little battery and the board sit. And this is just one of these tiny little a tiny whoop. Exactly. You got it exactly. So pretty cool, pretty fun model. I had to take a little bit of liberty with the dimensions and with the actual geometry, but got it pretty close to what one of those would look like. So you would take one of those, angle it off, and then pattern it in 4 places. And then you would have your tiny whoop frame. You could 3D print one out of nylon. Fun model for sure. Oops. Sorry, guys. Spoiler alert. So we're going to go in here and we're going to take a look at the chat. And let's see who got the correct answer and who got it first. So we saw the answers coming in pretty quick in the beginning. Aaron C, 1095. Victor K, 1095. Rambrose Workshop, 1095. Gray, 9.8698. I like the diversity there. AUDAY, 1095. Dom Linder coming in 1.101. And let's continue on here. Design Dreamer, 1095. Very nice, very nice. And did we get anybody else in here? This is a tricky model. I wasn't sure how many people were going to finish one. Guntus got in here and finished it. Nice job, my friend. 1095. And one more here. Jim U comes in 1067. So, what is it? What is it? The correct answer is 1095. PC Arduino coming in 1.043. Very nice, very nice. And so, guys, congratulations to none other than Aaron C for finishing that one first, coming in with that correct answer first, followed quickly by Victor K and Rambrose Workshop. Well done, my friend. Well done, Aaron C. Guys, put a GG in the chat for Aaron C. Well done, my friend. Congratulations. continuing to crush. And Aaron C says, GG to everyone who played. Yeah, exactly. Guys, these models are not easy. I know I say it every week, but this one in particular was pretty darn tricky. And so I hope you guys enjoyed that one. It's a lot of fun to model that one up. There's a lot of ways you could do that. I think that the way that I would probably do it is I would probably create this sketch as a solid and create this sketch here as a solid, and then just do a revolve and rip them both at the same time if I could. Depends on the CAD system. If not, I would do it as one revolve and then just reuse the sketch and do the other one as a revolve. And then I would probably shell this out, like shell out that middle body. Just shell that out to your 0.8 wall thickness. And then I would add the cut over here on the side, add this cut over here on the side. And then I would finish up with that bridging arm, either, sketching it, looking in from the side, like this kind of, sketch it here, looking in from the side, or I would just sketch it from the top and extrude it like as a sharp, and then I would add the fillets, and then I would add the pattern. So that's probably how some of you did it, but I'm sure some of you did it a little different as well. FPV Kez says, not sure I could draw that, but gonna give it a try for sure. Yeah, this would be a fun, the whole Whoop frame would be a fun thing to draw up, even if you can't 3D print it, just to draw it up, it's just like a fun challenge with all the thin walls. It's a cool little model. Victor K says, my approach was much clunkier. I'm sure it was epic. All right, guys, let's get into our second challenge here. We always do 2 challenges here on Model Monday Live, so if you were late for the first one, that's okay. But before we get into the second one, just take a moment and hit the like button. Looks like we got a few people watching today. I like it. And it looks like we've got a few likes as well. Good. We're getting closer to that 1-to-1 ratio that we always strive for. So let's get into our next challenge here. This next challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go. The challenge is live. So this one actually comes out of the library of practice models. The practice models are practice models for our, the library is for our practice models premium subscribers. But this was a model that was asked about this week in the Discord by Cake, user Cake. And I thought this would be a fun one to take a look at together here in today's episode of Model Monday Live. So give this one a try. See what you come up with. It's a good model. I like this one. iTurk says 1.11 grams. I did not select a material. Yeah, you got to set your material density to get these correct. We're going to take a look at the practice models website here in a second as well for the validation. So go ahead, take a screen capture of this print so that you can put it onto your second screen. And I'll do the same. I'll grab a screen capture of this because I'm going to model this up as well. Grab a screen capture here, put it on our second screen, and let's take a look here at this challenge. So one thing that I think is probably worth noting about this challenge that a lot of times people kind of forget about, this is why I was glad that Cake asked about this, and I thought this would be a fun one to show here on Model Monday Live. So Chris Wicken says, this model gave me so much trouble when I first did it because I 100% forgot about my high school trig. Yeah, and certainly, like, that is, a factor. Like, these are single tetrahedrons. They all have, it's a true tetrahedron, so it's got all the same angles, all the same surface area for the 4 faces of this thing. It's a 4-sided die if you're Dungeons and Dragons player. But this is a tetrahedron here. If you use finite element analysis, these are the elements that we use a lot of times when we're doing FEA, although they're not uniformly sized or anything. But what we're going to be doing here, first of all, is just reminding everybody that when you're in some CAD packages, in this case, I'm going to be running SolidWorks, and you go to create geometry like that, you can loft to a point. So a lot of times people forget about this functionality. A lot of times people forget that you can loft to a point. So this is 1060 alloy MMGS, and I'm going to go to the top plane, begin a sketch, S key, I'm going to jump into a polygon command. Whoops, I don't have polygon on here. Just jump into a polygon command here, and I'll say I want to create a polygon with 3 sides. Now, you could also do this just by creating 3 lines and making them equal and aligning them. This just makes it a little bit easier. So if I take this point and this point, make it vertical, now I've established the center of those triangles, and I've established this, this point here. And now what I can do is I can choose to assign a length to one of these edges. So one of these edges is going to be 90 millimeters, and then I'm going to exit that sketch, and then I'm going to create a new plane here. So I'm going to go top plane, hold control. I'll just drag a new plane up here like so, hit the green check mark, and on that new plane, I'm going to create a new sketch, and in that new sketch, I'm going to create a point. I'm just going to drop this point here, and then I'm going to exit that sketch. So now I can go to the loft command. So this is a lofted boss here. Lofted boss. I can go to the loft command and I can loft here from this triangle up to this point and hit the green check mark. So in solid modeling or surface modeling, you can often loft to a point. You don't have to loft necessarily to like a closed contour or to a line or a curve. Like in surface modeling, you don't have to loft to a line or a curve. You can actually loft directly to a single point. So I just always like to take a moment and remind people about that, because a lot of times that's the difference. Like that's what's going to end up saving you the challenges that you may run into when you're trying to create this thing. So if we go back here and we go to our first sketch, so let me Control Z for undo. And then I will just kind of roll back in the tree here so that we're at this point. Well, then maybe what we could do is we could take this plane, which is bisecting the triangle, and we could choose to begin a new sketch on that plane. So begin a new sketch on the right plane. S key, begin a line. So create a line like this. And then we could choose to create an angle here between let's say the top plane and that line. I know we could do it to the sketch lines as well, but we could create an angle here at 60 degrees, and then we could create a length here on that line at 90, and then we could maybe just you could do like a quick optical check here if you wanted to confirm that that thing is lining up in the right spot. So like if this is 60, 60, 60, like is it truly going to line up in the right spot? So we could go back here to this first sketch, and then we could create some center lines here that go across and intersect. It actually looks like it's coming up short there. I wonder if I did this model wrong. Maybe this is a bad example here. It looks like it came up short if I did that at 60. Would it not be 60? Did I do the math wrong on this thing? Oops. Don't need that one to be midpoint. What did I pick up there that I didn't mean to? Oh yeah, it was the wrong midpoint there. Okay. Look, doesn't this look like it's short to you guys? It's a little bit surprising here. Hold on, everybody. We gotta figure this out now. Now we gotta solve a little mystery. Let's see. If I take this plane, which is running right through the middle, and I do an extrude, so surface, extruded surface. We're taking this live solve in a slightly different direction than what we were expecting. This is what we tune in for. This is the good stuff. All right, so if we go from here to here at 60, I didn't think it would be 60 and 90. I thought it would be directly above the that point at the center. The 60 in the ISO view is messing me up. Yeah. Once I saw that the lines are all 90, I was able to fix it. Yeah, exactly. Like it should be 90 and it should be just intersecting directly above that point. We're going in a slightly different direction here, everybody. So the reason for this is because one of these dimensions is off. The triangle on the top plane, then 3D sketch to make the top part of the triangle. Then I lofted to the top point of the 3D sketch. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's where I thought I was going to be going with this. So I thought it was going to be something like this. Like we would take this sketch here and then maybe get rid of this 60. Let's just make this driven for now. I'm just curious what happens. And then take this point and make them vertical. So it actually becomes 54.7. So then it must be the angle of what you're doing. What you're doing right now is how I started it, and it didn't work. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, so it must just be like the angle of the... I must be misthinking of the angle of the faces. But is that the right way to think of this? Like, hold on. Yeah, it's not 60. Any angle between any two edges meeting at a vertex is approximately 109.5. Why wouldn't it be 60 though if the tetrahedron's on the bottom? 4 edges have a dihedral. Wow, this is going to take me down a totally different rabbit hole than what I was expecting. All right, guys, we're going to have to go into a little bit of a... We're going to have to do a deeper dive on this one. I guess it what's kind of breaking my brain, maybe this kind of gets back to the point that Aaron C. was asking about, is if these angles here are all 60, don't these ones also have to be 60? But I guess it's a different... oh, you know what? I guess it would be this angle that's 60, right? Wouldn't be... Yeah, that's what I'm doing wrong. All right, we figured it out. We figured it out. Listen, we figured it out. It's okay. We figured it out. This is going to be 90. This is going to be vertical to the center point. Then we exit that sketch. Then we roll forward, and we go back to our plane here. Well, let me get rid of this extra junk here. We go back to our plane here. We got this. We're back on track, everybody. Everybody breathe. We go back to our plane here, and then we take this plane, and instead of saying that it's offset at a distance, we say it's parallel at a point. So we make this plane parallel to that line at this point. And then we can take this sketch here and we can just drop it right here at that end point. Take this point here, drop it right here at this end point. Hit the green check mark, hide this sketch. It's just that easy, guys. It's just that easy. And then we go to our loft command. Features, lofted, body, solid, triangle to this point. Hit the green check mark. And now for the grand finale, we measure the distance between these two edges on that face. And the angle between these two edges on that face is 60 degrees. Just like I told you guys it would be. Just like I knew it would be the whole time. I totally didn't get lost there in the mess. Yeah, so the angle the angle that is shown there in the isometric view is very misleading and very hard to understand. But that is the reason why I wanted to show that challenge. Not because of all that angle talk, but because of the ability to loft to a point. Ability to loft to a point. That's what I wanted you guys to get out of that little demonstration there. All right, good. Good. No need for a second one, but just put the point in the second. Yeah, so great point here that Aaron C. is making. So why didn't I just use this point here, right? I've already got a line here. Why not just use this point here? This is just like a habit that I get into because when you're lofting, if you do want to use the start end constraint option for like normal to vector or normal to profile so that you can kind of make your loft like a little bit more like roundy, then if you have a plane up top here, then that loft condition, that normal end condition is going to be relative to this plane. But if the sketch is on the angle plane on the right plane, then that condition is going to kick off from that right plane. And so you end up getting like abnormal results that are not desirable. So yeah, if you know it's going to be sharp, then you don't have to worry about it. But if you are considering like, instead of making it sharp at the end, like if you work with that customer a lot, you know that customer might come back and say like, hey, can you make that round? I think it'll be better. Then it'd be better to make a new plane that's going to help you control that roundness using the start end constraints of the loft. So that's why, but you are correct. Like I didn't have to do that. It makes it easier to make a shape like this. If I had lofted to that point along that other sketch, I wouldn't be able to do this. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. All right, now let's take a look at this thing in Onshape. So there's your SolidWorks live solve. If you guys enjoyed that SolidWorks live solve and you want to go from SolidWorks 0 to hero in less than a month, you can take our free 30-minute SolidWorks quick start. our SolidWorks 101 sketches, parts, and assemblies training, and our SolidWorks CSWP. All these classes are now available at TooTallToby.com, TooTallToby.thinkific.com, or TooTallToby.com/training. It is a good time. And I appreciate all of the chat that came in while I was doing that one. Sorry, guys. I know I was a little bit out of it. Victor K knew right away. Said that 60 degrees is not on. He says, what are you doing? Says that 60 degrees is not on the side plane. It's on the face. Yes. Duh. I did it. I did it, and I did it, and then I didn't do it right. I knew it, and then I didn't do it right. Yeah. It's fun when you don't do these challenges for a while. See, this is what's nice is that we've got so many challenges in the library now that I'm going to be able to compete with you guys in the tournament because I do not remember a lot of them. I don't remember how to solve them, so that'll make for a fun tournament. We'll have an end boss. All right, guys, let's do a live solve using Onshape for a really fun model, and that model is going to be this 0608 spear head. This is going to be a fun one. I'm very excited to do this in Onshape. I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually launch the TooTallToby practice models app, and we're just going to do it here live using the app. So let's get into it here. We're going to take a look at TooTallToby.com. We're going to go in here to get started with free practice models. And here you see we've got a repository of over 150 of these 2D to 3D challenges. And the cool thing about this repository is that it's not just the drawing. You actually get challenged to create the model against the clock. And so if anybody out there enjoys these 2D to 3D challenges that we do every week here on Model Monday Live, well, you're really going to enjoy the TooTallToby Practice Models app. We've got lots of cool functionality here in the app, including the ability to run the model more than once and to track your time using different CAD systems. You're also going to see here that there's a top 100 board, and so we're going to be able to see who's in the top 100, but we're not going to see that until we complete this challenge. So for this challenge, there's been 149 people who have successfully been able to model this and enter the correct mass. Let's see if we can become number 150. TooTallToby.com/practice is the website. Here we go. Click here to begin and go. So this model, you can see here, this model is a pretty cool little model here. I think that as far as my game plan goes, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to create one of these tetrahedrons first, and then I'm going to take that and I'm going to create a pattern of that tetrahedron. So I'll create that pattern here at 3 places with a spacing here of 60 millimeters. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to focus on this lower section. So we've got this kind of circular boss sticking down, and then we've got this counterboard hole with a 118 drill angle there at the bottom. So that's going to be my game plan. It's good to come up with a game plan, even though we burned a little bit of time off the clock and we're trying to get in that top 100. It's still good to come up with a game plan here before we get started. So let's move this guy over here. Let's bring up our Onshape. I'm going to model this here in the public space, so you guys will have the ability to actually get in and see my model once I'm done. You can just search for this model number. So here we go. Create document 24-06-08. Space spearhead. Let me bring up my keyboard cam as well here so you guys can see all the keyboard shortcuts I'm using. And let's see if we can get this thing done. So we're going to start out here going to top plane, begin a sketch, orient the view. We're going to create a polygon here. Let's create a polygon like so. We will say here that we want that to have 3 sides, and then I think that the diameter isn't really going to matter because we're going to do this based on the length of the edge. Press the H key for horizontal, S key to bring up this menu, dimension this at 90, and that gives us a nice fully constrained sketch. We're going to exit that sketch, and we're going to go to the right plane. S key, begin to sketch, N key to get normal 2. We're going to create a line here. This line is going to have a length of 90 as well, so all the sides of our triangle have the same length. We're going to pick this point and press I to make those coincident, and we're going to pick this point right at the center of our triangle and this point and press V to make those 2 vertical. And so now we can hit the green check mark to exit that sketch. So we've got these 2 sketches here. So now what we can do is we can choose to loft. So this is going to be a solid loft here in Onshape, solid loft in Onshape. And we're going to loft that geometry from the triangular shape. So I'll just pick inside the triangular shape up to this point. And we see there, look at that. Beautiful. Loft from a sketch to a point. I love it. We hit the green check mark, and that gives us our geometry for that first tetrahedron. So now we're going to create a pattern, so linear pattern here of this entire part. And then for the direction, we can just pick the top plane. So in Onshape, your direction can be based on a plane. So we just pick the top plane. We say that that distance is going to be 60. We say there's going to be 3 instances. And we're going to say here that we're going to use the option for add. That way those are merged together. So we end up with one single part as opposed to multiple parts, or one single body as opposed to multiple bodies. Be sure that you hit this merge with all just in case, and we hit the green check mark, and there we go. We've got this one single part down here. So now that we've got that geometry in place, all we got to do is go down to the bottom here, S key, begin a sketch on that face, N key to get normal to, S key to bring up the circle, single click, move our mouse, single click, and we're going to make that circle 35, centered on the lower triangle, S key, extrude, tab, 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 and we're going to go down to a distance of 50, enter, enter. That finishes that. And now for this final feature here, we could use the hole tool. So we'll go to the hole tool here. So if you're not sure where it is, or if it's kind of hidden in your menus, you could just search for it, hole, and then we can search for this hole tool here. And we're going to say we want this to be a metric hole using a counter bore. And we're going to say that we don't want this to be through all. We want it to be blind. So the diameter of this hole is going to be 12. And then tab, tab, tab. The counter bore diameter is going to be 20. Tab, the counter bore depth is going to be 10. Tab, and then the depth of the hole is going to be 40. Now, we do run into a little problem here because the way the depth of the hole is being called out here is to the beginning of that 118 taper. And the way the depth of the hole is being called out here is to the bottom of that 118 taper. So the 40 that I just entered in there is actually only going to this depth here. So we're going to have to resolve that. But at least we recognize that that's what's happening here, or we think that's what's happening. So to position this, we're going to use the mate connectors. That means we can just pick on this face, and that hole will be placed right at the center of that face. And then we're going to hit the green check mark here for that hole. And now we're going to take a quick confirmation measurement here. So whoops, looks like that one actually went all the way through. That is not what we wanted. Let's see here, depth. No, not 410, 40. There we go. That looks better. And then what we can do is we can pick on this point here. Now, if you press P to hide the planes or Shift P to hide all the reference geometry, it makes it easier. You know, if the origin is shown, the origin and this point just happen to be very close to one another. So if you hide the origin, or if you press Shift P, then you can pick this point, pick this face, and look down here. And you can see that the distance is 44.74. 44.74, and that's not actually what we wanted that distance to be. That's actually the min distance as well, so even that isn't perfectly accurate. So this is where you'd have to decide, like, do I want to take a shortcut and just get it close, or do I want to actually do it the correct way? So actually doing it the correct way would probably mean coming in here and sketching this shape like so, and then doing a cut revolve. You do a cut revolve and you would get that shape. If you want to take a shortcut, what you could do is you could say, okay, let's take this hole and we'll just minus that difference. So the difference was from here to here. It looks like it's giving me a distance here of minimum distance of 44.737. So what we could do is we could double click here, go down to this 40 dimension and say minus 4.737. Enter, enter, and then we could click on this point here, click on this face, and now we see that the distance is 40.13. So it's still like a min distance, so it's actually kind of on an angle, so it's not exact. So we could keep dialing that back a little bit if we wanted to. We could come in here and like go minus 0.13. This seems a little bit crazy. I think, you know, you're not really doing this the right way. I'm just kind of showing you like a hack and slash method. So now 40.01. So I'm going to say, all right, that's probably close enough to validate this answer within the tolerance. So now I'm going to come over here to the part. I'm going to right mouse button and say edit appearance. I'm going to say that I want that appearance to be this green color here. I'm going to hit the green check mark. I'm going to right mouse button, say assign material. I'm going to go into the TooTallToby custom material library. I'm going to say I want that to be the 1060 alloy, hit the green check mark, and then I'm going to click the little mass properties here, click on this, and then I'm going to say that mass is 832 grams. 832 grams. So I come down here into the validation field, 832, enter, and incorrect. 832 is not correct. So it looks like I still did something wrong. This says 12 here. That doesn't look like that's right. It shouldn't be 12. That should be 10, right? Oh no, 12. 12 is the whole diameter there. Hole's 12, 20, 10. What do we miss here? Let's see. Material is 1060 alloy. Sign material. This is great. Yeah, I'm sure this is great. Yeah. So assign material, TooTallToby 1060 alloy. That looks correct. All right, we're rolling back here. Is this distance wrong? 50, for this. This looks like it's a little long here, right? Extrude 1. 60. No, 50. There we go. All right, here we go. Mass properties. Click on this guy, 806.4. So 806.4 and enter. Oh, yeah, we did it. We got it correct. Let's go. So, like I said, I don't know if I would necessarily recommend that kind of hack and slash at the end. You know, it depends on what the working environment is. It depends on if you're just trying to get something out for 3D printing and you're still early in the prototype phasing, I think that's fine. If you're doing something that's going to be manufactured and you're going to get 1,000 of them made, then I would go through and do it the right way with a cut revolve, or I would really make sure that that number is dialed in before I proceed. So, you know, you could go either way. I think that in this case, we were close enough. We were within tolerance, and so it ended up working out. But, you know, you need to be careful. Anytime you're taking shortcuts, what do they say? Shortcuts lead to long journeys. So you want to be really careful when you're taking shortcuts. But I did want to do that for today's live solve because it gave me an opportunity to show you kind of how you can kind of back your way into that dimension without needing to even launch a measure command. I mean, certainly we could launch the measure command here and get into some details and maybe like dial that number in a little bit quicker. But, you know, I think that that's kind of a cool way of working our way through that challenge and maybe taking a different approach to get through that challenge. So that was definitely a fun one. I hope you guys enjoyed watching that live solve. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. And let's get back into today's live presentation and find out who got this one correct in the chat. It was definitely a fun one. All right, did we get it correct? Yes, we did. We got it correct. 806 grams is correct, as you guys just saw. So that I guess that's kind of a spoiler here for answer number 2. But I just want to remind you, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to share and reshare. Be sure to join the party. Do the Practice Models Premium. Join the YouTube channel. Use the Super Chat. And, of course, take training with Toby. Wait, did I finish out that? Oh, I didn't even finish it out. Let's submit this. We want to make sure you submit this. Because once I submit this here, then when I go into the, this is at TooTallToby.com, then when I go into that challenge and I go down here to data and analytics, this is where I could edit that video and submit that video. I could show that speed run video. So if you record yourself doing a speed run, look at this. Now I'm ranked number 46 out of 150. I did it. I got within the top 100. That's what I was going for. So now I could take that speed run and I could drop it in here, and that way other people could see that speed run if they go here to community videos. And these community videos are visible by anybody who can access the model. All right, guys, answer number 2. It's not this model, but you guys know what it is. It's 806. So let's see who got that one correct in the chat. Let's roll up here in time. Who was the first person who came in with that answer? Let's find out. Looks like Victor K comes in with 807, and that is plus or minus 1 gram for tolerance. And so that looks like that's going to give him the W and the point for this one. Rambros Workshop 806. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Guys, we have to take the final answer that comes in from someone. So Victor K 807 revised to 809. What's going on here? Okay, and now revising to 806. Oh man, it says, oh, he even knew it. He knows the rules. He says, dang, my first answer was right. Oh, Victor K, I'm so sorry. Looks like this one is going to actually go to Rambros Workshop. Congratulations, Rambros Workshop. 806 is correct, and you were the first person to get the correct answer, unless Rambros revises his answer as well. Like maybe I shouldn't talk so quick. Gray coming in 2683. We like it. Otse 805. Aaron C 809. Victor K revising to 806. Aaron C revising to 806. Well done. Well done. Congratulations. I distracted Victor K with my talk of the angle. Nadesh is in here, 805. Very nice. Took a long time to get the hole working. Victor K says, I cheesed that hole with a move face. Yeah, I thought about doing it with move face as well. Jim Yu coming in, 806. Very nice. Guntis coming in, 806. Very nice. FPV Kev coming in, 806. Nice job. Nice job. And a final twist to this challenge. We're going to give it to Rambros Workshop. GG to Rambros Workshop. Congratulations, earning a point on the 2025 Model Monday Live leaderboard. What a fun way to end the live stream, too. little bit of a twist there, a little bit of a drama between our 2023 world champion and our 2024 world champion. I love it. I love seeing that kind of stuff. So congratulations to our winners. Thank you so much to everyone in the chat. Thank you to all the super chatters. Thank you to everybody who put anything in the chat. Congratulations to anybody who even finished these challenges. These are not easy challenges, and so it's awesome that you guys were able to complete them at all. And thank you all so much for tuning in today. It's so much fun to do these episodes of Model Monday Live with all of you. I look forward to it all weekend, and I look forward to it here on Monday morning, and it's just like a great way to start the day, great way to start the week. So I hope all of you have a great rest of your day. I hope you have a great rest of the week. Be sure to check out the website, TooTallToby.com. Sign up for Practice Models Premium. Join us for sheet metal training this week. Be sure to tell everybody about the TooTallToby Thinkific training. If you know anybody who's trying to get certified, we've got a solution for you. So send them over to the Thinkific site. Your company might even pay for it. So remember that too. If you're ever trying to get any kind of training, your company will probably pay for it. Most companies have a training budget. So check it out. And Metab is here in the chat. What's up, my friend? Welcome, welcome. And thank you for joining us. And thank you to everybody for joining us. What a great Monday. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. And we will see everybody next week here live on Model Monday Live. Oh, and don't forget to qualify for the upcoming Spring Open. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to run episodes all throughout May. All right, we'll see you, everybody.